The seven most terrifying creatures in Chinese legends have garnered significant attention and have been adapted into remarkable films. We often say that China is the cradle of Asian culture, and ghost stories in China have persisted for thousands of years. This land is home to monsters that make anyone's spine chill and skin crawl when mentioned. In the video below, let's explore together, starting at position number 7, Rensha, human snake. Rensha is a strange beast described in the classic of mountains and seas, Shanhai Jing. It has the body and head of a snake, but human limbs. Rensha can reach 7 feet in height, has a dark blue body, and walks almost like a human. They typically live in groups and hunt at night. Rensha love to eat human flesh, and when they encounter people, they laugh loudly before devouring them alive. Being bloodthirsty creatures, they show no mercy to anyone of any age. In fact, they particularly crave newborn babies. Chinese people explain that newborn infants who are still breastfeeding consume the purest things, making their blood sweet rather than fishy. Hearing stories about blood-sucking demons or flesh-eating creatures is truly horrifying, isn't it? However, because this species moves very slowly, if you happen to hear its laughter, take my advice and run immediately to escape. At position number 6 is the Qilin, Chinese unicorn. Qilin is a monster from ancient legend known as a giant four-legged dragon that lives in the mountains. Ancient stories tell that Qilin was everyone's nightmare at night because it would come to capture villagers alive and eat them. The army tried hard to fight against it, but in vain. Fortunately, heaven saw the plight of the people on earth and captured the monster, chaining it inside a mountain. However, it wasn't long before the monster escaped. Therefore, all the people gathered and discussed ways to deal with this cruel beast. They painted all walls red, posted images of gods everywhere, and prepared red firecrackers, pots, and pans to create noise. As predicted, at night the monster came prowling back to the village. Immediately, the villagers lit firecrackers and banged pots and pans to deafen and disorient the monster. The red color surrounding the village and images of gods posted everywhere evoked terrifying memories from the past, causing it to flee back to the mountains. Today, during annual Mid-Autumn Festival celebrations, Chinese people perform lion dances, reenacting the battle with the monster from long ago. Number 5. Jieji, Justice Beast, nicknamed the Scale of Justice. Jieji resembles a combination of a goat and a Qilin and comes from deep forest. According to Chinese legend, during the Tang Dynasty, when someone committed a serious crime, Jieji would immediately appear with its long fangs and sharp horns to devour criminals alive or gore them to death. While this sounds frightening, if someone was wrongfully accused, Jieji would protect them and plead for their release. Therefore, in ancient China, each court had 2 Jieji statues placed on either side. Interestingly, Jieji is the nemesis of unsettled spirits who harm good people. Because of this, court officials were always required to be upright and honest. Number 4. Jufeng, Nine Phoenix. Jufeng was worshipped as a deity by ancient people in Hubei, China. Jufeng is considered a phoenix, but it's actually the most terrifying creature in all legends about bird-like monsters. According to Chinese legend, the reason everyone fears this phoenix is that it has 9 heads. However, Jufeng was revered as a sacred animal during the period from 475 to 221 BCE in the state of Zhou. This bird possesses supernatural powers, allowing it to transform its face to perfectly resemble a human's. It would fly everywhere and observe mankind. Number 3. Taotie. Taotie is one of the 4 great mythical beasts from ancient China described in the Classic of Mountains and Seas. It has the shape of a goat with a human face, eyes beneath its hands, tiger teeth, human nails, and makes sounds like a child crying. Taotie is a fierce beast with great strength but has a violent temperament, boundless greed, and particularly enjoys eating humans. In Chinese mythology, according to the Classic of Mountains and Seas, Taotie is one of the 4 fiends, including Taoti, Hundun, Taowu, and Qiongqi. It's described as a ferocious beast with great power and an insatiable appetite, eating everything in sight, symbolizing greed and desire. The Classic of Divine Oddities also tells frightening stories about this creature. Number 2, Chongqi. Like Tao Tie, Changqi is also classified as one of the four fiends of ancient times. Changqi is an ancient evil deity of China with the shape of an ox, appearance like a tiger, covered in hedgehog-like quills, and possessing wings. Qiangxi makes sounds like a dog and eats humans. It's said that Qiangxi often flies to battlefields to eat the noses of good people. However, if someone does evil deeds, Qiangxi will catch wild beasts as gifts for that person while encouraging them to commit more evil acts. Ancient people would often refer to hypocrites or those with wicked intentions as Qiangxi. However, Qiangxi also has a useful role in exorcism rituals. There are 12 types of evil demons and fierce beasts known as the 12 divine beasts, and Qiangxi is one of them. At position number 1 in this video is the Jiangxi, hopping vampire/corpse. Jiangxi is known as a walking corpse in Chinese folklore, similar to vampires or zombies in Western culture. According to legend, Jiangxi lie in coffins during the day or hide in dark places like caves. At night, they wander around with both arms stretched straight forward, killing all living creatures to absorb their yang energy, or life essence, the core element that creates life. According to the Qing dynasty scholar Ji Shaolun, who mentioned it in his book Yue Cottage Notes, that the causes for a corpse's resurrection can be classified into two groups. 1. Recently deceased people returning to the mortal world, or 2. Corpses that don't decompose after a long time. Other causes described include the chemical composition of the burial soil not being suitable for living organisms, thus lacking bacteria to help decompose the corpse. The hair and nails of the corpse continue to grow, showing no clear signs of decomposition. Over time, if not properly handled, the corpse will transform into a jiangxi. In reality, a corpse's skin shrinks over time, revealing the hair and nails that were hidden beneath the flesh, creating the illusion that the hair and nails are growing. There are 4 ways to become a jiangxi. First, using supernatural magic to resurrect the dead. Second, possessing a dead body by transferring one's soul. Third, a corpse absorbing enough yang energy to revive. Fourth, from someone buried alive while not completely dead. A person bitten and wounded by a jiangxi will have the jiangxi virus transmitted to them, gradually changing until they too become a jiangxi. And that's the end of the video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you won't miss the next interesting video.